Good morning, girls. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. What inspires me most about you is that you have proved my producer wrong. When I was in the studio the last time, he says, there's too much harmony. We don't need that much harmony. And I see you guys on NBC's The Voice, and I'm going, oh my God, people still believe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we love harmonies.
We're obsessed with harmonies.
Think about music.
How do you break it down? I mean, I've seen interviews with the Andrews sisters and how they would sing with the radio and figure out their place because, I mean, you bring a uniqueness to it.
Thank you.
We really just listen to the music. Sometimes,
yeah, I would say it's very similar to them.
We will listen to karaoke's of songs to listen to the notes, and then obviously we find our melody, and then we'll just start to experiment with different notes. We like to do weird things with our harmonies sometimes.
Yeah, we love to be weird. That is something a lot of people I'm sure have noticed. I mean, we love doing the weird harmonies that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
So that's something that we've always developed. We've always gone, okay, this is a great harmony. It's a little bright. What if the middle high harmony goes a half step lower, makes it a little weird. And we just try it out. It's really all about experimenting and figuring out what sounds good to you.
Do you drop your vocals onto a track and then go in there and try to practice it? I mean, or are you guys doing it like right on the spot?
We tend to do it right on the spot.
Wow.
We learn the melody. We learn how the song goes. Normally it's pretty easy just to get that melody figured out on who's singing it. It comes naturally to one of us. We start singing melody, and the other two already know their job is just to hop onto a harmony. And that's just how we develop it. Maybe we'll do a voice memo just so that we can remember if we did anything interesting to go back and listen to it. But other than that, it comes quite naturally.
Wow. Dolly Parton says you have to know the story of the song in order to bring the song to the hearts of people. Do you guys do that kind of research to really dig in to find out what's really being shared?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we go through and we look up on Google, or we look up interviews, and we try to see what the song means to them. And then after we realize what the song means to them, we then try to correlate it to something that we have experienced so that we can make the situation into a situation that we have experienced and we understand.
Yeah. Initially, when you hear a song, you're going to feel a certain way. Like, even without necessarily reading into the backstory of it, you're going to feel a certain way about it because that's just what music is. It makes you feel, which is what we love about music. It's why we wanted to pursue it in the first place.
One of the things that I love about music is the fact that it does get inside our imaginations and we get our own interpretation. How do you guys handle that when fans and followers, because you're going to start getting more and more and more and more by the billions here, and with their interpretation, how do you digest that?
Everybody interprets music different, and that's what's so about it. If you read somebody's perspective on a song, it could change your perspective, and you could say, oh, like, I didn't think about it that way. But that is true. Every person has a different way of looking at something, and everybody can grow from those different people, which is something super cool when you really think about it.
History has given us so many different bands and performers that have had 3 lead vocalists. You've had Three Dog Night, you've got Fleetwood Mac with Lindsey Buckingham, Stevie Nicks, and Christine McVie. I mean, the 3 of you, how do you know who's going to take the front role in a song?
The songs naturally will fall into somebody's like register. Like you have a sweet spot, every voice does. And so we'll be listening to a song and we'll have everybody sing the melody, and you can just hear when it falls into somebody's sweet spot.
Yeah, we're very honest with each other. So when that happens, we go, okay, well, it's obviously Bella.
Yeah, but you can hear in different songs that we put together, each person has their moment to shine. And in each song, a different person is taking lead. We love to show that we're all capable of it. Yeah. But we can come together and create these harmonies that are magical.
Yeah.
What's the secret to getting along? I mean, because there's parents all over the world that are looking at you guys going, how do they get along? And my house is a mess.
Well, we're siblings, so we have to get along. No,
it really is because of like how we were raised and our family around us. That's a huge part in it. Like if we had, different parents, this would be a completely different story.
Yeah.
So it really does come down to how we were raised and our mom and dad.
We were raised on honesty, and I feel like that's something that has made us super close with each other because we can all be very honest with one another. Growing up, like our parents would sit us down, and if somebody was doing something wrong and there was an argument, they were going to tell one that they were in the wrong.
Yeah.
And apologize. And that's something that not a lot of parents, I feel, do, because they want to make sure that each child feels like they're not being ganged up on. And it wasn't ganging up on them. It was just teaching us right from wrong and honesty with one another. And I feel like that's why we're able to communicate so well and work so well together, because we just have that level of honesty.
Oh God, I love that, because it's about transparency and it's about communication. And if there is something that doesn't feel right, man, bring it out. But we don't have to fight about it. Let's just talk about it.
Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah.
So true. If I were Chance the Rapper, I would have you on so many of my songs. I mean, I hope to God he's knocking on your door.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Because he explores music. He's not just a rap artist. He's not a hip hop artist. This guy really explores the process and the creation of what is going to affect people.
Absolutely. He showed that on stage with us in our blind.
Yeah.
For him to just on the spot do that with us, and for us to on the spot, be able to reciprocate it. He had a lot
trust. It was a mutual respect between the two.
It felt like he respected us and our art. And it was something that was kind of like out of nowhere crazy. We were like, oh my gosh, like what is happening right now, but in the best way.
Yeah. So I've got to ask you a question about the battle round. When you go from week to week, it sounded like you had a fourth Beatle in the band. How did you fit a fourth member into that to make that work as well as it did?
The battles, I feel, are probably the most challenging part of the show, because you are singing with someone that you don't quite know.
Yeah.
So I remember, when we got paired up with Vanessa, we were so excited. And we got together right away. We were out in the hallway, just kind of sitting there, and we had just learned about the playoff pass. Yeah. And so we both knew that we really wanted to stay on Team Chance, all of us. So we were all very collaborative and, again, honest.
Very, very honest.
And so it was hard, but it was so fun putting that together. And she blended so well with us.
Yeah, she wasn't afraid to do things that we would maybe just like say, oh, well, for this part, since we're doing a 3-part harmony, you can hop onto the melody and we'll harmonize around you. Yeah. Or, hey, why don't you do that middle harmony instead of the melody? She was down to try anything and everything. And we loved that she was so correspondent with the way that we kind of handle how we do music as well.
That's what made that battle as good as it was. That we were all willing to work together. We looked at it as a duet and not as a battle, which is why I think we both came out on Chance's team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm blessed with the opportunity to talk with a lot of different musicians that are moving to Ohio. They say that it is the place to be right now. Are you seeing a change in Ohio with these rockers coming out of LA and country music artists coming out of Nashville? It just seems to be the place that everybody's moving to right now.
Well, this is news to us.
To be honest with you, we are from Lexington. It's literally a village.
The things we do here are go to Kroger.
Yeah, I know people aren't coming here, but maybe if we lived in Columbus or Cleveland, we would see more of that. But I had no clue. Yeah, that's
we
really
did not know this.
I think Ohio, it's Ohio.
We thought people come here to retire.
Yeah, they're buying farms and they're putting studios on those farms.
Well, that is clever.
What's that?
Well, you guys have got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Oh, yes, we'd love to.
Will you be brilliant today, okay?
Oh, thank you, too.
Thank you.